Hi everybody, it's Mark again here on the Let's Talk Indiana Jones, and this time we're going to talk about Indiana Jones, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles Adventure Series. They came out with a trading card set after the show came out. Basically had about maybe the first season, they did some stuff that they did trading cards. They came out even with a binder that you could put your cards in. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of cards here. I'm going to go through them in detail later. I'll showcase them. But there was a total of 114 cards in this series. 3D cards and 3D viewers in every pack. So you had a bunch of 3D cards in which you can look at. You had your hidden treasures cards, and then your 3D viewer. But like I said, we'll go through that in a little bit. A little bit about the series. George Lucas created this after Last Crusade. He wanted to have adventures of young Indy traveling through basically his life, his young life, meeting people, famous people. He met, we had young Indy on a safari with Teddy Roosevelt. We also had young Indy who met one of the first Krishna as a kid. He would learn that. Then we had young Indy, Picasso. He had met Picasso, learned art, also met a young Norman Rockwell. So I mean, he had a whole bunch of different adventures as a kid. He also has adventures as a young adult, about 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. We see him as getting kidnapped by Pancho Villa and his crew as he takes a trip down to Mexico with one of his cousins. Then there was the basically going to war, meeting all kinds of people in war till the end of World War I, coming back to America and going to college, having a kind of a bad turnaround with his dad, and then he's off to college. Then making money as a restaurant waiter, and meeting Scarface, and then Al Capone. That's his name. Yeah. So we had him do that. He met a bunch of musicians. He went to even go work in a musical in New York, and also ended up going to Hollywood and doing some stunts in a movie for, oh gosh, can't think of his name now. But anyways, he did a lot of adventures in here. They had 2 seasons, almost a 3rd season, because they basically made it into some movies. But yeah, so these cards came in a pack like this. This one sealed. Individual packs like this would hold your cards, and then basically have the 3D viewer and a 3D card with it. The card series, was sort of popular. It didn't catch on to a whole lot of people because I bought this box at a Toys R Us in the late 90s at a Toys R Us store for 99 cents. So I mean, for a whole box, 99 cents, come on, that's a pretty good deal. And then tracking down the different Indiana Jones Chronicle, the binder, you have to find that. You can still find some of these on eBay, because I know a few people that sell the binders. They have like a whole case of them. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start showing you the individual cards, give a little bit of information about each one, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll see you in a little bit. Bye. These are just pictures of the cards, all in order. The family, Indy, Indy on a camel. I'm just going to kind of go whim through it because I do not remember the names of any of these people. Indy, an archaeologist on Egypt, photographer. T.E. Lawrence Lawrence of Arabia, going down into the catacombs of King Tut. Indy and a mummy. Indy with Lawrence of Arabia. Indy and his cousin going to Mexico. They find basically a little town. It gets robbed. Indy goes after, gets kidnapped by Pancho Villa's gang, almost killed, and meets Remy for the first time. Indy decides to help with the war. Indy and his friends are at the bar. Here they meet Patton, getting ready for war again to fight in the Indy's friend shot. Indy has to fight. At night, they're all talking, kind of resting. Indy finds the jackal's head, fights, and he explodes a Pancho Villa card there. Indy and Remy going to England. Indy takes a picture there. Indy saves a woman. Indy goes to a suffragette meeting. His teacher. Indy meets a girl. She's also part of the suffragettes. Indy says goodbye, going to war. Another picture of Indy joining the French army. Indy now young again here, and he's on a trip in Africa with Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt. And there's Teddy Roosevelt there, having dinner with Roosevelt and his mother and father. One of Indy's companions, as he's searched for the Aurex in the episode, his teacher is just basically teaching. Indy and his friend find the Aurex, takes pictures, talks to Theodore Roosevelt about his find. There's a snake. Indy goes to look for the Aurex again to take more pictures. Him and his friend find an ostrich egg, I think, and there's Indy riding along, and he gives his friend his binoculars as he leaves to go away back home in Teddy Roosevelt. There's some people from the French Foreign Legion that Indy joined. Indy is going to meet these fellas here. These are ragtag guys that take messages from one war-torn area to the other. Indy there. Indy's trying to figure out why are they going to war. He's writing a letter to T.E. Lawrence and his teacher. They give him some messages to take. Indy, after he's gone taking these messages, he's going to meet up with Remy, who's going to war. These men want the war to continue. Now we're back to another Young Indy episode where he is in Peking. He is sightseeing. His mother and teacher, I think they see Buddha. Indy meets a girl. Indy's sick, so he needs to get medicine. Now we're back to young Indy. Now this time he is in the Congo, fighting. Now they have celebrating after they have won a battle. Indy is being told that he has to go and look and follow this major. There's a village that they find. They find this one little boy left out of the village who had the plague. And so Indy is still going on. Here we have they hire a boat to take to find some ammunitions. Here is Dr. Albert Schweitzer. Indy and Remy argue, fighting against the foe. Indy gets ready to set a bomb. They pick him up. They carry him off to, because he is also sick with the plague. He is given medicine by Albert Schweitzer. Indy decides to save the boat. Schweitzer's wife comes and says, "That's fine, do what you must." And Schweitzer tells her, "Yes, go ahead, but you are going to die if you don't get help." So Indy gets help. Schweitzer talks to him about war. Again, Schweitzer gets Indy and tells him, "Listen, we have to go. I am being taken out of the country." Indy fights for Schweitzer to be released. Indy says goodbye to Schweitzer. This is one of the 3D cards, Indy running in battle. Young Indy on a camel. Indy on a bike in England. Indy and Teddy Roosevelt. Another shot of Indy with some people on a train. Young Indy in the catacombs. Indy on a horse in Mexico. Indy running in the fights in the battle. Indy in the Congo. Next we have the hidden treasures. These are basically cards that were just little games for you to spot things in each of the categories. Here is the Egypt, and you see basically the book of journal that Indy wrote in, but those are all the little things that you have to find there. This is in Mexico. So you have Verdun, you have the different things you have to search for. They give you a little motorcycle, and on the motorcycle are all the little things you're looking for. The German East Africa. You got the boat. All the stuff that you have to look for is on the boats. British East Africa. You look for Roosevelt, the flute, and so forth. You look at the picture, and you'll find all the pictures in there. Another Congo. You look for dynamite and all the different little things associated in the picture again. Now we have going to London. You have a double-decker bus. All the things that you have to look for are in there. Peking. You got the Great Wall. And 3D glasses to look at the 3D cards that we had. This is the Indiana Jones Chronicles folder. Once again, you just look at it and you put your cards in it. But now, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at the cards. I'm sorry I didn't really have too much information about each one, but that's how this card series was. Until next time, have a great adventure.